Imagine you're 55. You've got $100,000 sitting in super and you're finally ready to walk away from work. Then you discover you can't touch a cent of it for years. If nobody ever explained this to you, that's not your fault. The system genuinely doesn't make it obvious. So today, I'm going to give you the 2 ages that decide when your money actually unlocks, and the simple checks to map your own timeline. According to ASIC's Money Smart and the ATO, preservation age is now 60 for everyone, with full unrestricted access generally waiting until 65. Let me start with the single most important number for you, 60. That's the preservation age for everyone in Australia now. It used to depend on your date of birth, but that transition finished back in 2012, according to AMP and the ATO, so the rule is simpler for you today. Here's the thing to hold on to though. The ATO says you can generally access your super from 60 if you've retired or left a job, and from 65 whether or not you're still working. 2 doors, 2 different keys. And that distinction is where most people trip up. Here's why getting this wrong costs you real money. If you stop working at 58, you'll need to fund 2 full years of living expenses from your savings or other income before your super unlocks at 60, according to the ATO. Anyone retiring before 60 has to cover that entire stretch outside super. That cash flow gap is the first hidden cost, and it catches people who assumed retirement and super access happen on the same day. They don't. And here's the part most people miss, because there's a second age that makes this gap even bigger. Now the second trap, and it's a big one for you to know about. Your preservation age is not the same as your age pension age. ASIC and Aware, Super both confirm the age pension age is currently 67. So if you access super at 60, you could be looking at up to 7 years of self-funding before any pension support kicks in. That's a no man's land that surprises a lot of people. But once you understand it, you can plan around it, and that's exactly what I'll show you next. Let's put real numbers on that gap so you can see yourself in it. If you're on the leaner end, say $40,000 a year in living costs, a 7-year bridge to 67 means about $280,000. If you're somewhere in the middle at $60,000 a year, that's roughly $420,000. And if you're living closer to $80,000 a year, you're looking at around $560,000, all based on the Aware Super and ASIC pension age of 67 and the ATO access rules at 60. But here's the honest part. This bridge isn't a reason to panic, because your super itself can help fund it. And I want to be upfront that not everyone even needs the full bridge if you keep working past 60. So here's your first practical move, and you can do it tonight. Log into MyGov and open ATO online services. Find your super information and confirm your fund balance and preservation status. Then compare your intended retirement age against the 60 and 65 access rules. Good looks like this. You know clearly whether you can access super at 60, need to wait until 65, or qualify for a special early access exception. That clarity alone puts you ahead of most people around you. Second move, open the Your Super comparison tool inside ATO online services. Enter your fund details and compare fees and returns against other options. The point here is to make sure you're not quietly leaking money to high fees in the years before you reach preservation age. Good looks like finding a lower fee or better performing option that keeps more of your balance intact by the time you actually need it. Small differences in fees compound into thousands over time. And that's money that could shorten your bridge. Now here's the move that changes the picture for anyone still working at 60. Third move, if you're 60 or older and still working, look at whether a transition to retirement strategy fits you. This lets you draw down part of your super through a transition to retirement income stream while you keep working and contributing, according to the ATO and Money Smart. Work out whether partial access plus your ongoing contributions covers your income needs until 67. Good looks like a plan that bridges your income without prematurely draining your full balance, so your money is still working for you when you fully retire. And here's the upside that makes 60 such a milestone for you. The ATO says that if you're 60 or older and your super comes from a tax source, your benefits may be tax-free, provided the conditions are met. That's materially better than pulling taxable income from other sources during your bridge years. So once you cross 60, drawing from super can actually be the most tax-efficient money you have access to. And here's where it gets genuinely useful, because there's a common myth about this that might be holding you back. Let me bust a myth you might be carrying. A lot of people believe you can't touch your super until you retire permanently and never work again. That's not true. The ATO and ASIC confirm you can generally access super from 60 if you retire or simply leave a job, and from 65 regardless of whether you're still working. On top of that, early access exceptions exist for genuine situations like severe financial hardship, terminal illness, and permanent incapacity. So the rules are more flexible than most people assume. The biggest mistake I see is treating preservation age and age pension age as the same date. They're not. One is 60, the other is 67, and that gap can stretch up to 7 years, according to ASIC and Aware Super. The second common mistake is assuming you can get at your super before 60. Outside the limited hardship and incapacity exceptions, you generally can't, which means any earlier retirement has to be funded entirely from outside super. Treat these as two separate dates on your calendar, and you'll avoid the trap most people fall into. Let's pull it all together for you. 1. Your preservation age is 60, with full unrestricted access generally at 65. 2. Size your funding bridge from 60 to the age pension age of 67. 3. Check your timing in MyGov and ATO online services. 4. Compare your fund using the Your Super tool. 5. Review a transition to retirement strategy once you're 60 and still working. And 6. Remember that your super may be tax-free from 60 if the conditions are met. That's your whole timeline, mapped. If you've made it this far, you now know something most people your age genuinely don't. The two ages that decide when your money unlocks. Your one action today. Run that MyGov check this week so you know your real access age, not the one you assumed. It takes about 10 minutes. If you want to go deeper, next up, I'll walk you through exactly how a transition to retirement income stream works and whether it's worth setting up for you. Remember, this is general information only and not financial advice. I'm Alex. I'll see you there. I'm Alex. I'll